George Benson, This Masquerade. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us as always. I really appreciate you guys. I know I always say that, but in these days, it is just nice to be nice to people. It's nice to be appreciated. So that's what I try to do. I try to let everybody know I appreciate you, okay? It's not a cliche, you know how DJs say stuff just to be saying it. Not me. Not me. Oh no. Oh no. I am sincere. Thank you very much. Well, actually, that would be my son, Sincere Greer. Anyway, you're the Isley Brothers. I finally got on Facebook Live. It only took me 3 computers and 2 tries, so I'm good. You're the Isley Brothers and Sensuality from the album Fight the Power on Bedtime Stories. Da-da-da. Ba-da-dum. Here I lay on my back. Javier Del Real. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Whoa, 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 whoa. When I get big, I want to be like Al Greer. Professor Miles, good evening. How are you, sir? Let me know how my mic sounds. I think I might have too much processing on it. But what is too much processing, right? Mm-hmm. Sir, it's you I want to be like. You are the man, not me. Mm-hmm. You are definitely the man, Sir Reginald. You know, I I had to put doctor in front of my name because I got tired of being called DJ. Because we're not DJs, we're actually you know radio personalities, performers, entertainers, just like everybody else. DJs DJ in clubs. They talk over the music. They don't know the music. They just yak and yak, and they just play music. They play, you know don't blend them in or anything else. They don't know the history of the music. And most of them think they jamming. They'd be up there dancing to their own music. That's a DJ to me. What we do is on a whole nother level, on a higher level. So pop our collars. We are entertainers. I have to listen on several sources. It sounds good on the phone. Okay. Okay. But let's see who else is on her. But Wanda Belinda, Ivan Ray. What's going on? Ivan Ray. But yeah, DJs, you know, hey, I do your backyard party for $175. Okay, make it $125. That's a DJ. What we do is on a higher level. You got an EV320. Ooh, that's the one I want. When I, get to the other place, this is the AT2020. I want the EV320. That's the is that the black one or the gray one? Because the gray one I think is 3 something. But there's a black one and then there's a silver or gray one that they have at the at all the radio stations. Well, at least most of them. Yep, I want the black one. I went from feeling sorry to Al to feeling sorry for Al and Reggie. Yep, I want that one. Hey, Roberta, just because. Now I got this, and I've had the AT2020 ever since we moved into the new building at Kennedy King, and I've been using that at home. And as a matter of fact, one time I put it in the station. I got it with headphones and a pop filter. Oh. Yeah, because with those, you just don't want to put a sponge on it, like this. The pop filter that attaches to it, that's really cool. That one I like. $299. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, considering the mic by itself. Yeah. Cynthia said, I still got my AT2020. There you go. That's this right here. That's this one right here. I heard Milton Berle is making a guest appearance on tomorrow's episode of Fame. Can it? Milton Berle. Hello. You went way back, didn't you, Troy? But Cynthia got this one, the AT2020. Of course, I put the sponge on it. And the $299, man, send me that link because I want to. That's the one that I want. It comes with with headphones and a pop filter. Yeah, that's a good deal right there. Yeah, send me that link. I appreciate that. Thank you, Professor Miles. I appreciate that. Please. Going to get the new Rodecaster Pro. Oh, I want that one too. Oh, man. The Rodecaster 2 Pro. B&H photo? Oh, okay. Because, you could do remotes with it. You just plug it directly into the computer and just do a remote on the spot. Some people use it for podcasts, but for us, yeah, it's got the line inputs. For us, is a total different story. We use it, for remotes because it's like with most remotes, they have what is called a Comrex, but Aphex processing. Yep. Woo. So that's the one right there. That's the one. That is, yes. But I love my AT2020. I love the new Rodecaster. Right now, I can't afford it because I'm moving. So maybe, right. Bluetooth, no need for mixed minus. I know. I watched the video like 20 times. I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Because normally when we do, remotes, you need all that extra stuff. I got the first AT2020 USB. Great mics. I've had this, like I said, since we moved into the new building at Kennedy King. I've had this. Rick Party turned me on to it. I'm like, okay, what's this big deal about this mic? And then I plugged it up. I'm like, oh, Thank you, Rick Party. That's the big deal. So ever since then, I've been, um, an Audio Technica or Technica. They owe me some money because I've been pushing this mic like, you want to sound like this? Yeah, get one of these. You know, it's the mic is so sensitive. It's like I could be standing over there and it'll sound like I'm right up on it. You know, plosives, everything. It takes it. Especially with the big pop filter on it. But this one, the B1 or the B2 Behringer, those are good mics too. Of course, the EV320, and then there's another mic. Well, if you want to spend a lot of money, get a Neumann. But a Neumann is like, whoo. A Neumann is a house note. If you got money to burn, get you a Neumann. They start at like $1,200 and up, and that's for a used one. So my thing is, if you could get this same sound. And of course I got my Sennheiser, the 550, the older one, the one that they used the design in remember the Wiz, and the microphone was a Sennheiser. That's the only way I know how to describe it. But that sucker is like, I remember seeing pictures of Frankie Crocker with that mic in front of him. I'm like, ooh, that's the Frankie Crocker mic. I got to get that one. That's the one I use at work to do production. Turn around from the Isley Brothers. Girl, let's fall in love. Might as well. What the hell? It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Cynthia Bean and also to Professor Reggie Miles. We're sitting up here talking about microphones. Yeah, I don't want to leave everybody else out in the dirt, but Cynthia and Reggie and I, we're talking shop right now. So if you know anything about microphones, hey, feel free to jump into the conversation. We're talking about the AT2020 mic, which is the one that I use for bedtime stories. And I have another one, which is a Sennheiser that I use at work for all my other commercials. And then there is the one that Reggie has now, and that's the EV320, which is made by a company called Electro Voice. That's the one I want next. When I move out of here, that's the one that I want to use. Not that I'm going to throw away my AT2020. I love it. I mean, it makes me sound like Reggie Miles. But anyway, I'm not going to get rid of that mic. Plus, I've been pushing this mic since, for a long time. Let's see. First time I got married was like 2011. So I've had this mic since about 2009. And I love it. I'm not going to put it away. I'm just going to, try something different, because it's part of what I do, I don't have any kids. I mean, my kids are grown, so, they got to fend for their own, it's daddy time. You know what I'm saying? It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Like this one from Howard Hewitt, I Commit to Love. Reggie Miles, Cynthia Bean. Reggie, me and Cynthia were almost on the phone crying the other day. When I called and asked her to do this a political commercial. And she did it, and I heard it. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, that's what I'm talking about. She nailed it. So they're going to be calling you again, Cynthia, to do some more spots, you and Reggie, because you all, since you all don't work for the station, and this is the political season up until the 28th. So yeah, they're going to be calling you all to do more spots. The thing is, are they going to pay you all for doing the spots? But if it's up to me, I'm going to make sure that you all get some money out of it. Miss Williams, how are you? Good evening. Welcome to the Bedtime Stories here. But Kevin Brooks, Roberta Rankin, Mike Cohen, thank you so much. Ivan Roy, Wanda Belinda, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. But if it was up to me, it would be like, every time I get a spot that I can't do, I would call one of you guys to do it. Kevin Brooks, what's going on, sir? What's up, fam? But great job, Cynthia. You can only get better at doing this. Javier, ¿qué pasa? You can only get better at doing this the more you do it. And that's just it. I didn't start doing it overnight. Reggie said I wasn't going to do it out of respect. But see, that's just it. That's what we have for each other. We have respect for each other. It's mutual respect. I remember that night we stopped by to see you when you was doing that. What was that club out in wherever it was? And I forgot who I was. I was with Jay Lewis. What's going on? Who was I with that night? Well, anyway, they said, you all talk shop like it ain't nothing. I said, yep, that's what we do. We talk shop. That's what we do. That's who we are. When Cynthia approached me about doing voiceovers, I said, okay, this is what you need. You need to get this, you get that, get that. She's like, okay. And then Cynthia sends me a picture of the mic. She says, you mean like this one? Oh, I got that one. I'm like, oh, you ready? That's what's it. 40 years. Yeah. Tell me about it. 40 years. I shudder to think how long I've been doing this. And everybody, all the young people that I work with, everybody's younger than me. Even Delvin, everybody that works with me, they can't believe that I've been doing this for 40 years. Well, I started out, like most people, DJing in people's backyards, do block club parties, you name it, wedding receptions. And I graduated from all of that and was doing, Ken Wallington, doing other stuff, the whole voiceover thing, came by accident when I was working out in Gary at WLTH. And this gentleman comes in my studio while I'm, recording a spot. And he comes in, I need you to do some spots for me. That was Richard Pegee. So it was that long ago that I started doing the voiceover thing. I just did, what is it? This guy, James DeBard, is trying to sell me a bag of white powder. He said to snort it to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Oh, Lord. Troy. Anyway, so in walks Richard Pegee in my studio. He asked me to come down to his studio and do some commercials, and the rest is history. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I said the first commercial I did for Richard Pegee was for the Park West. The Park West. You know how long ago the Park West was booming, and I did that. I did a commercial for Alexander O'Neill. You know, so don't forget to join Alexander O'Neill New Year's Eve at the Park West, whatever, South Armitage, West Armitage. And I'm like, man, I heard it on BMX. That's how long ago it was. BMX. Or was it the early days of V103? Whatever it was. Hey, Lady G, what's going on? Whenever it was, I heard it on the radio, and it blew my mind. I'm like, man, you mean I can make money doing just commercials? There's a market for that. So, I had seen Rick Party doing it. I was like, wait a minute. He would get these scripts, and they would fax him these scripts. And he'd be like, tonight on Fox 30. I'm like, Fox 30? Where's that at? Or Fox 25. I'm like, and he was doing commercials, voiceovers for other TV stations, other than, Chicago stations. I'm like, man, you better cut me in or cut it out. And the rest, as they say, is history. So, name of the group is called High Energy. They were supposed to be the new Supremes. Yeah. It was three of them, and it's three Supremes. These were lovely young ladies, too, but I don't know what happened to them. I hope they kept their job at the diner. The diner. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Once again, hello to Professor Reggie Miles, also to voice artist extraordinaire, Miss Cynthia Bean, who's on the scene with the Steppers scene. Also to Kevin Brooks. Today we remember Junior Walker's birthday, June 14th. He would have been 91. Wow. Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Also hello to Lady G. Troy Anthony, a.k.a. the Soul Pole. He said, this guy James DeBarge is trying to sell me a bag of white powder. He said to snort it to the rhythm of the beat of the rhythm of the night. Troy, once again, you have too much time on your hands. Coming up in our last hour, we do a thing called foreplay, but foreplay is going to be real special tonight because we're going to get a chance to talk to the foreplay artist. That's right, tonight here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is the Reverend Al Green. How do you mend a broken heart? Right here on Bedtime Stories. Killing it. Anywho, Lady G, TC. Lady G, TC. Ken Wadlington, Cleo Mosley, Cleo Satin Soul. What's going on, sir? I'm still waiting on my Tyrone Davis boots. That's what we call them because Tyrone used to wear those Cuban heel boots on stage. You couldn't tell Tyrone that he wasn't clean. Yep, I think he had them in all colors, black and brown. He'd get up there, boy. I got a pair of those boots somewhere. It's probably too hot to wear them now, but way too hot. It's still 91 degrees right now as we speak. At 9:40 at night. Like, good grief. Yep. Let's see. Anywho, 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 every time you're feeling lonely. Remember him? What was his name? Leon Redbone, and he used to be on Saturday Night Live. He was on there. Leon Redbone was his name, and he had this real strange voice, almost like Kermit the Frog. And he would get on, Leon Redbone. That was his name. Cool looking brother. He looked like Frank Zappa, but he was singing, let me look him up. Leon Redbone. He was always on Saturday Night Live. And that time you're feeling lonely. Let me see. Let me look him up. Leon Redbone. I would trip out if that was really Frank Zappa. Nope. Actual singer. Leon Redbone, a singer, songwriter, musician specializing in jazz, blues, Tin Pan Alley classics. Recognized by his hat, dark sunglasses, black tie, he was born uh, in the Cyprus of Armenian ancestry. Yeah, that. Yeah, but that's all, folks. In Toronto, Canada. Leon Redbone. Yep. And misbehaving. So I'm saving my love for you. Yeah. Play some Leon Redbone. That was his name, Leon Redbone. Ain't misbehaving. I'm saving my love for you. He didn't have much of a voice, but he was kind of cool to look at, especially on Saturday Night Live. They introduced a lot of people who, later on went to stardom. One of my favorite episodes was when um, John Belushi was on with Joe Cocker, because Belushi's imitation of Cocker was just so dead on. It just looked like a mirror. It looked like a mirror image because he was, they were both side by side, and Joe Cocker didn't seem to mind John's, parody of him. So it was kind of cool. TC, Lady G, Ken Wadlington, thank you so much for joining us. Miss Hill, Miss Williams, Miss RB, that's my daughter. I don't know why she calls herself Miss RB, but that's all right. That's the baby girl. Yep, that's the baby girl. Ain't misbehaving. Yep. Makaira, hey. Now, Most of you all know that Sunday is Father's Day. Of course you do. So, make sure you say Happy Father's Day to your favorite daddy. You know, whether it be Big Daddy, Little Daddy, Small Daddy, Uncle Daddy. Make sure you tell that daddy Happy Father's Day. I want to, of course, wish Reggie Miles a Happy Father's Day. He's one of the best daddies I know because he is raising my goddaughter, Morgan. Or is Morgan raising him now? I don't know which one it is, but yeah, she has truly stepped up. And she had a great role model. She's going to be a great mother, a great wife, everything. But above all, she's going to take care of her daddy before she leaves the house. She's going to make sure daddy is taken care of. That's how she was raised. So that's what's up. Ms. Hill, Angela Jones, thank you so much. Angela always leaves me with these wonderful messages in the morning. I cannot start my day without reading her messages that she sends, sitting there on the commode, reading, getting my day started. Sometimes I don't even wait to get out of bed. I just roll over and read her message in the morning, and then she sends one at night. So thank you, Angela Jones. I appreciate it. It gets my day started and it ends my day on a good note before I go to bed. Sometimes, I might not read it until it's time for me to go to bed. Sometimes around, when I get off work or something, whatever time it is, I make sure that I read it before I go to bed. And thank you. CC, good evening. How are you, CC? How you, BB, CC? How's BB, CC? Very funny, I know. Troy Anthony says, is Alfonso Ribeiro really going to be in a Pepsi commercial with Mark Jackson or Michael Johnson, whatever that singer's name is? That was a long time ago. Yeah. He doesn't talk about that too much. Yeah. With that look on his face, when he bumps into Michael Jackson after doing the moonwalk, and he's like, wow, it's Michael Jackson. Anyway, you like that, huh, CC? Or were you laughing at Troy's joke? Anyway. Thank you, CC, for laughing at my joke. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm very funny. Funny looking, maybe, but Mm-mm. Neil Armstrong should have sued over the rights to moonwalking. Oh, no wonder Leon Redbone changed his name. That's not his real name. That's his stage name, Leon Redbone. his real name was, get this, Dickren Gobalan. I'm not making this up. This Leon Redbone I've been talking about, Dickren Gobalan. Yeah, I would have changed that too. Mm-mm. Woo. Dikran Gobalan. Yeah. Mm-mm. He was introduced to a larger public as a semi-regular music guest on NBC's Saturday Night Live twice in the first season. Self-taught musician, he played by ear. All right. Leon Redbone. Mm-mm. With his reluctance to discuss his past came speculation that Leon Redbone was an alternative identity for either Frank Zappa or Andy Kaufman. Uh, Both of them whom Redbone outlived. Interesting. TC's here. I thought I smelled booze. Oh no. Oh no. That song is called Band of Gold. It's just a medley of beautiful love songs right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us as always. Troy Anthony, the Soul Pole, TC, she said she can't cope with you tonight, Troy. She has to work. Troy said Neil Armstrong should have sued over the rights to moonwalking. Who's he going to sue? Michael Jackson? Like, really? Hey, Cece, how's BB? It's Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, while you all are online, make sure you share the video, all right? Because sharing is caring. I heard that on somebody else's show, too. Sharing is caring. You know, share and share alike. Hello to my niece, Ariana Shoo Shoo. I'm gonna get you that air conditioner because I know you need it about now. I know you do. Here's the great Lattimore, and baby, let's straighten it out before we go to bed. Like I always say, never go to bed angry because you never know when that other person is not gonna get up in the morning, right? It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Shoo shoo. Shoo shoo. Yeah. I'm gonna let you have that one. y'all are y'all are nuts, boy, I tell you. Salted nuts at that. Shoo shoo. Mm. Let's straighten it out. Mm. It's a full moon out tonight. Yes, it is. You know what that means, you know. The freaks come out at night, especially on a full moon. Yep, especially on a full moon, baby. It's a full moon out tonight. Oh, yeah. There is something about a full moon that brings out the freaks, doesn't it? Shoo shoo. She's not saying anything. Mm-mm. She is one of my favorite not nieces. You know, I remember her and I lived together with another gentleman whose name we won't mention. And you know, I think at that point I'm like, we got to be related. You know, our ways are just the same. You know, I said we definitely have to be related. Yeah. Anyway, niece, I'm going to be moving soon. Um, so I may have a may have a housewarming. So you know, so we'll see what happens then. It won't be until like next month. Well, next month will be here before you know it. So you know, and I haven't even started packing yet. You know, every time I pack, it's like, you know, it takes me what a couple of months to unpack. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Troy said I'm busy that day. I haven't even told you the date, Troy. Oh no. It's like I'm not even gonna pack. I'm gonna just throw stuff, you know, and that's it. Especially my clothes. I mean, why pack your clothes? You know, just put them on the back seat of the car, right? I'll be right back, guys. Mm, mm. Uh, woo. Must be all that water I've been drinking. Anyway, I'm back. Troy said I'm busy that day. Yeah, okay. One of me. Mm. And I'm moving to the second floor. Mm. That is if I don't go down to Memphis and stay. You know, at least I have a place to stay during the interim, right? Because every time I look up, it's like Memphis is calling me. I don't know why. Why Memphis, Lord? Why Memphis? But we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Samora. Hey, boom, 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 boom. Makaira. Yep, it's a full moon. So, once again, the freaks come out at night on a full moon. Oh, Lord, help me. Slide some oil to me and let me lubricate my mind. Anyway, lubricate my voice. Who else is on here? Mike Cohen. I wish I knew who Mike Cohen was, but that's okay. As long as he's on my Facebook Live, I appreciate that. Lawana Trailer, hold on to that mattress. Because when I move in, if I don't have a bed to sleep on, I can always sleep on that mattress and put that mattress on the floor until, till times get better. So, yep. As a matter of fact, here's the sheet behind me. Yep. I got a sheet, a comforter, and they all got the animal print on it. Yeah, I got that from Lady G. So, got the animal print. Supposed to be there. Wanna be. The Whispers in My Heart, Your Heart. On WOSD Radio, DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and WRLN, the best music of your life. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. And of course, Bedtime Stories is sponsored by, hey, Adam.
Yeah. What are you looking for? I'm sick of LA guys. I want someone completely different, maybe from another country, and someone cultured and sensitive and who's not threatened by a strong confidence.
Yeah, I'm country.
On the Spotty Network, this
is what Adam heard.
I'm sick of LA guys. I want someone completely country, uncultured, and threatened by a strong, confident woman.
It's not wings or nachos.
It's wings and nachos.
Hey, send my onion rings down here. I have your guy. Gwen?
Blake?
Oh
my God, hilarious, right? I mean,
no.
You wearing spurs?
Yeah.
Did you ride a horse here?
Yeah.
Don't trust your love life to just any network. T-Mobile has more number ones in 5G than any other network. You need a ride home? T-Mobile is the leader in 5G. T-Mobile.
I've got to look up that commercial. I really want to see what it looks like, It's Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and the first of two in a row from the OJs. This is Hurry Up, Come Back. Where are you going? To the bathroom. Leave the door open. I just want to watch. Talk to. Yes. Each day. I love that song. From the album Identify Yourself. Ooh. Identify yourself. Wow, I only have 3 people watching me. Just 3? I must be slipping. Lawana, hey. Hurry up. Come back. Your loving is plenty good. Don't forget, I got that interview coming up with the tonight's foreplay artist. Very, very special. Very special. Yeah. Or, in the words of Big Corn, very smooth. Very smooth. TC. Ooh, I got some up there. Look at it. You would think I could put some Beijing on there. I heard Russia is now contemplating invading the Rhythm Nation. Oh, Troy, you've got too much time on your hands. Mm-mm. The Rhythm Nation. Mm-mm. Where do you come up with these jokes? I tell you. Mm-mm. Hurry up. Come back. Mm. Where is Red tonight? She was on last night. Where'd she go? Red. Uh-oh. Elo. Ooh, I thought he was going to call off for Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Yo, Angie. Yo. What's up, sis? What's up, Elo? She said, good morning. Of course, you're just starting work, so it's morning for you. All you third shifters and you dusty insomniacs, you. Hello, Angie. Don't forget to share the video, guys, all right? I know TC always, shares the video coming in. So TC and Lawana, I know they do for sure. So make sure you share the video, please, and thank you. So it looks like a whole bunch of people are watching me. Sometimes it feels like somebody's watching me. And I get no privacy. Oh, Javier Del Riola. Yeah. Yep, I miss him. He was always upbeat and jovial when he came in to do his show. over at WRLL, Cicero, Chicago. 1450. Yep. Yo, Angie, yo. It is still 92 degrees outside. Really? At 10:10. Mm-mm. At 10:10. But your mind. Mm-mm. So, guys, what do you think about the reboot of Martin? Martin. 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 Anyway. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Boom, 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 boom. You know your. Yep, the Martin reboot. Which is interesting because, of course, they did a tribute to Tommy. Yep, who didn't, and Tommy was always impeccably dressed, but they say he had no job. They didn't know what he did. He's like, yeah, I work. He never told them where he worked at, though. I'm like, what's up? Mm-mm. Messing me around. It's on the other side of town. Dean Martin. Gone, boy. That, of course, the OJ. Your body's here with me, but your mind, well, that's a different story. It's your it's bedtime stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. To Lawana Trailer, to Elo, and also to my sister from another Mr. Angie Martin Turner. I was talking about the Martin reboot. I hear that they have gotten together, and of course, they did an episode where they, of course, saluted Tommy, whose real name was Tommy, in the program, and I was like, what a fitting way to go ahead and talk about him. And like I said, Tommy was always impeccably dressed for someone who didn't have a job. We never knew what Tommy did, but he was always clean. He'd have on these vest suits and everything. He like super sharp. Anyway, Troy Anthony said, "Is someone rebooting the Dean Martin show? It's about time. I love Dean Martin." Yeah, me too. You know, I'm not saying they gold diggers, but they ain't messing with no broke. Here's Cameo and Sparkle on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. The gold diggers. Grow up the humor to accompany their age progression. Oh, yeah. That's true. That is absolutely true. But should be interesting. I don't think they want to go back to doing that, you know. Once you've hired the Gold Diggers, I love that he had two women groups on the show, the Gold Diggers and the Dingalings. Yeah. Troy. He sure did, boy. The Dingalings. Oh. Oh, that is so funny. It was 100 degrees at Midway today. I know, sis. It was. Yeah. And I got to say this. When I got in the car, I was like, I am putting on, the air. I don't even care that gas is $6 a gallon. I'm going to put on my AC because I have AC, and I'm going to put it on. I'm like, good Lord, it is hot outside. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if gas is $10 a gallon. I'm going to put on that AC because I can. And the only thing I could think of is my truck Berry with no air in it. Woo! I would have been miserable today. I mean, miserable. I mean, I walked outside. It's hot there too, TC. I walked outside, right? And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. And I sat in the car with the air on. I was like, and then when I got home, I sat in front of the house with the air on. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to go in the house right now. But I remember, oh, I live in a basement. I live in a basement. So it's, no, Angie, hell no, I don't miss that truck. No, ma'am. I do not miss that truck now. Them hot leather seats, good Lord. Right now, I do not miss it. Not at all. The only thing I miss is the room that I had in it. But right now, at $6 a gallon and no AC and smelling gas fumes all the time, oh no. I've got to be very careful. I've had 2 heat strokes. Nothing like going to the ER with no blood pressure. Woo, good Lord. I hear you. Once again, don't forget to share the video, please, and thank you. But heat stroke, that ain't nothing nice. That ain't nothing nice. No way is that going to end well. But I hear you. Nobody wants to be in the ER in 100-degree weather. I mean, they might have, I'm pretty sure they got air in the hospital, right? Yeah. Yeah, they don't want nobody to faint in the hospital until they get them to the room and find out if they have insurance or not. Then it's okay. Do you have an insurance card? Do you have an insurance card? It's in my wallet. Oh, okay, get him upstairs now. He's got an insurance card. We've got 90s for the next 2 days. Well, that's cool because I will be off on Thursday. So I will be somewhere in nice, cool air conditioning. As much as I hate it, as much as I hate air conditioning, it's going to feel good for the next 2 days. It's going to feel real good. With strokes, you can understand everything people are saying just fine. Your speech response is slurred. Yeah. I know. Trust me, I know. You know, I remember when Richard had his stroke, Richard Pegee, and he was determined to come back from that stroke. He's like, I got to go to work. And that was it. Richard snapped out of it, you know. He was dragging his leg and everything else, but Richard Pegee was determined he was going to come back from that stroke. And he did. He did. Yep. He was like, Greg Beasley, hey Al, what's good? Came in at the last part of the last convo. Some things should be left alone. You only mess it up. That's why Wesley Snipes refused to be a part of the New Jack City sequel. And that's good. You know, that's good. It's like, you know, certain movies, TV shows should be left alone. Like Will and Grace came back. It's like, okay, we were full of Will and Grace. And that's it, you know. And that's it. You know, it was like, okay, what's next? You know, it's okay for nostalgia purposes, but not a show that's been off the air for like umpteen years and then you're going to bring it back now. You know, have they ever done any other show like that in history where they brought the show back, you know, after the people had been on hiatus or whatever? I don't understand why we complain about the weather so much. I'd rather be hot than cold any day. People are never happy. Bring back Living Single, Flintstones, and Schoolhouse Rock. I agree with the Schoolhouse Rock. Don't know about the Flintstones. Living Single, yes. You know, I would bring back all of the UPN shows. I would bring back One-on-One, you know, Sister, Sister, Half and Half. I'd bring those shows back. Ronnie and Deborah Laws. And very special right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We're talking about bringing shows back. Earlier, I had mentioned that they did a reboot on Martin, you know, of course, without Tommy. And, you know, people said it was pretty good. Lawana said, bring back Living Single, The Flintstones, and Schoolhouse Rock. Troy Anthony said, bring back Sha-Na-Na and Hee-Haw. And Greg Moore said, you know, that's why Wesley Snipes would not do a reboot or come back in the sequel of New Jack City. Now, didn't he die in New Jack City? He was shot by the grandpa. And everybody was like, Ice-T and Judd Hirsch. They had this look on their face like, grandpa got him. Anyway, said he ain't coming back. So, nah, I don't know. Certain movies I would love to see a reboot of. One of them I would not want to see a reboot of, and that's Blackula. That was funny. You know, when you watch Blackula now as an adult, you know, I watched it as a teenager, but as an adult, it's just funny as hell. Like, was it really like this? Oh, okay, yeah. You know, the Mac. It's funny now, but back in the day, it was like, oh, this is so cool. And most of them were real pimps, except for the two actors or three actors who were in there. Uh, Dick Anthony, who played Pretty Tony, Richard Pryor, and Max Julian. Everybody thought Max Julian was an actual pimp. But in the scenes where they did, scenes in the barbershop, those guys were real pimps. They were real. Angie said, "Scream, Blackula, scream." Yeah, let's do that one again. Yeah. Anyway, they have an app where you can see all of them. Oh, I'm gonna check that out, TC. Thank you. Send that to me because I would love to see some of those old movies again so I could just laugh. I'm like, we thought this was so serious, but I want to watch all the Pam Grier movies. It's no fun now. Did you see Wesley Snipes' new digs at the award show? No, I did not. Mm-hmm. And that was one thing about Wesley Snipes. You know, women would talk about him and his choice of, mates. He likes Asian women. He says because Asian women are docile. They'll do whatever you tell them to do. I'm like, is that what you really want? He said he won't date a sister. Oh, no. He said he will not date a sister for nothing in the whole wide world. I'm like, dang, Wes, okay. With the skirt, lip gloss, and knee-high socks. Yeah. He said he ain't dating no sisters. Okay. How about the Let's Do It Again series of movies? Piece of the Action, Let's Do It Again, Uptown Saturday Night. Yeah, but who would play Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby's roles this time? Let's see now. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, yeah. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, yeah. That would be a good movie for them, a good vehicle for those guys. Let's Do It Again. The boxer, I guess. The boxer would be Kevin Hart. And of course, Cat Williams and Chris Tucker would play the Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier roles. Yeah, there you go. Wesley once hated Halle Berry, or dated Halle Berry. He slapped her so hard in her ear, she's deaf in one ear. Yeah, that's true. I'm like, how do you slap one of the finest women in the world? How do you do that? How do you slap any woman? I don't care. You just don't. There's certain things you just don't do. Yep, he slapped her so hard she can't hear out of her left ear. So makes it interesting when they yell action. It's like action, action. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I love you, Holly Berry, but Wesley shouldn't have slapped you. He should slap his damn self. That's the case of slapping the black off of you. I'm like, really? I mean, What could Holly possibly have done to get slapped by that black mother? Shut your mouth. Greg Beasley, back in the day, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds was considered a scary movie. I showed it to my two sons when they were kids, and they laughed all the way through it. Because, these days they know about technology, so they knew it wasn't real. There ain't no birds. That's animation. We do that in high school. Oh, okay. Greg, I remember going to see Jaws at the show, at the Hamilton Theater with my then girlfriend Felicia. This was way back in the day. She was one of my first girlfriends. And we went to the Hamilton to see Jaws. And she was... She was rooting for the shark. She's like, don't get out in the water. Get back in there and get ate. Felicia was crazy. I believe it. She was a nut. But she was hollering at her, don't get out of there. Yep, and at the Jeffrey, yep. Jaws. I was like, wow. She was rooting for the shark. You remember Felicia Williams, don't you, Angie? From when we were at South Shore. Yeah, she was my first Goyle friend. Yep, it was Felicia first and then Rhonda. Felicia wouldn't give me none, so, Rhonda was willing. So, yep. Yep. What one won't do, the other one will. So, yep. Felicia was kind of cute too. She was kind of cute. She had these big old lips and stuff. But Felicia wasn't putting out, so I had to, plus I think it was Rhonda that seduced me. Because I wasn't ready. I was still a virgin. I was a virgin. And Rhonda brought me out of my shell. After that, boy, I was like a sexaholic. Every time I saw her, I would just, the closer I got to her house, the hornier I would get. I remember one time I went over to her house and I had like bags of groceries. She's like, how did you ring the bell? Anyway, I went to the drive-in with Charles McNeil. You my sister, right? You know I love you, right? You know I love you, right, Angie? So don't get offended by what I'm about to say. You was kind of hot there to trot there, sis. I know, don't go there. You were kind of, I was like, dang. I was like, dang, sis. I think I think you started before I did, and I'm older. I was like, I was like, dang, sis, what you doing? Nothing. I'm glad you slowed down there. I know who said you slowed down, but anyway, like tag sis. Mm-mm. Yep, you was hot in the panties there. I was like, I was like Poindexter. You was like, yeah, I was Poindexter and you was sleeping with Dexter. But anyway, did I say that? I love you. Mm, mm, mm. I love that song from the album Love Jones and the soundtrack of the same name. That is Marcus Miller, bass player extraordinaire, along with Michelle and Degacello and Rush Over. I love that song. But, I like bass players. At one time, I aspired to be a bass player. And these days, I'm playing drums in church, of all places. Al Greer playing drums in church. Well, they say Lucifer had a beautiful voice. And so, oh, God. Anyway, it's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Anyway, Angie Martin Turner, she said, that's why I went to the senior prom 3 years straight. Why? Because you would see back in the day, I was thinking about sex. But while I was thinking about it, my sister was getting it. And it finally caught up with her on prom night. I'm like, dang, sis. I was, like I said, I was thinking about it. I wanted to, come out of my shell. But, I was busy trying to, just get out of high school so I could go to college, so I could get a job in radio. Yeah. And of course, Angie was, making a family. But anyway, it's your Dr. Al Greer, also known as your peanut butter brother. Here's Michael Franks along with Brenda Russell. When I give my love to you, when I give my love to you. Yeah, I can do this on this AT 2020 mic, It makes me sound good, even though I don't even sing. It's Bedtime Stories. Dag, Angie. You was just hot to trot, weren't you? Dag. Senior prom 3 years straight. Dag, Angie. What was you thinking? Well, you weren't. Like that. Mm-mm. Of course, later on I caught up because, I finally caught up with you. I'm like, dang. Like, yo, Angie, you weren't far behind me and you have more kids than me. Well, yeah, I had to make up for, everything that I didn't do in high school. I had to make up for it later on. Now, I wasn't trying to have that many kids though. But yeah, it kind of caught up with me. Hello to Makaira. But no, I wasn't, I wasn't trying to have that many kids. You know, at some point I, had planned on getting married and settling down, but that just wasn't in the plans right away. That's why I waited till I was 50 because I knew once I turned 50 that I would, kind of mellow out, slow down, not want to bed everybody I saw, you know. So, I got, older and wiser. Yeah, after how many kids? Yeah, I finally got wise. Yeah. So I married women who already had kids. So I knew that they didn't want to have kids anymore. My first marriage was to Andrea, who already had two kids, a boy and a girl. And then it was Kimberly, who already had two kids, a boy and a girl. So that was it, you know. So together we all make the Brady Bunch, you know. In our case, the Wayne Brady Bunch. But anyway, yes. Hello, Miss Johnson. Good evening. Cece, are you still with me? But yeah, I wasn't trying to get married. You know, I would see people walking in the mall. I see guys with their wives and everything else. I'm like, dang, I don't want to be like that. They just look so like I don't want to be here. But then you had some of them that would walk through the mall hand in hand, while the guy turned around and looked at the girl with the big booty that went past them. That was gonna be my that was gonna be me as a husband. I'm gonna still look, but I'm not gonna let your hand go and go crazy. But I remember, I don't know why this came up in my mind. I remember going to a mall. In total, you have as many as the Wans. Thank you, Angie. Um, um, made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, um, see, I hate that. I'm getting old. Shoot. But I used to take the kids to the mall, and I used to walk behind the girls, Larice and Keisha, because I didn't want nobody looking at them because they were, quickly developing into grown women. So I had to walk behind them. And I remember we were in a shoe place, and this guy got right into Keisha's face and said, "Excuse me, girl, what's your name?" Keisha turned around and looked at me. She said, "You got to ask him." I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, and that was cool. I love being daddy. I love taking especially my daughters, I love taking them shopping. I don't know why, but I wanted to be that dad that my dad wasn't. My dad didn't have any girls that we knew of. But anyway, so, I wanted to be that cool dad that you could come to and talk about anything. So unfortunately, I did not achieve that with Larice or Keisha. I tried. I tried. I remember the night that not Keisha, but that Larice, it was prom night. Sound familiar, Angie? It was prom night. She went to see Aerosmith at the whatever that theater is out there in Tinley Park. So she decided she was going to come home early with her boyfriend, Eric. Yeah. And the story she told me was like, nothing happened, Daddy. Nothing happened. All the time she was lying. Nothing happened, Daddy. Nothing happened. She looked at me with those big brown eyes of mine, and she said, Daddy, if you kill Eric, you'll be killing me. I let him live. I couldn't, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't as well kill him now, you know. Angie said I was at Red Lobster the other day with my son Richie, and women looked at me like I was a cougar. They thought little Richie was your boyfriend. Oh no. They thought my nephew was your boyfriend, huh? That's cute. Mm-mm. Yeah, he is getting kind of gray there, isn't he? You ain't take me to Red Lobster. Hint, hint, hint. Mm-mm. That's funny. Mm-mm. Look, I know he's 42. I know. We've been out of high school that long. I know. Good Lord. Make you tell me all about it. Michael Franks. Where did they find him? That's what I want to know. Where did they find Michael Franks? Because he didn't have one of the greatest voices of all time. He didn't, his vocal stylings were just that. He didn't scream or anything else. He whispered in key. That's what it sounded like. 2 in a row from Michael Franks. Tell me all about it. And before that, him with Brenda Russell. Yeah, When I Give My Love to You. It's your Dr. Al Greer. I got to read this. This is so funny. My sister said, I was at Red Lobster the other day with my son Richie, and women looked at me like I was a cougar. I know, right? Because, of course, my nephew is 42 years old. You figure it out. Angie is 60. Little Richie is 42. Can you say prom night? Here are the Manhattans on Bedtime Stories. Come on, Blue. Mm-mm. 42. Mm. Woo, Lord. Excuse me. People like to call me when I'm on the air. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Because they want to disturb me. Disturb my flow. Little stars of distance. Little stars of distance. Little sons of distance. Little sons of distance. Mm-mm. Woo, Lord. But anyway, back to my daughter, Larice. Larice was like me. She had, a mind of her own. So there was no talking to her. She was going to do whatever she wanted to do. And that was it. That's what happens when you just want to catch up with your child. He laughed all evening. I'm sure he did. I know he cracked up. Like, Mom, they think I'm your boyfriend? I can hear him saying that. What? They think I'm your boyfriend. But I mean, Angie, that's, it's a compliment because you don't look old, you relatively keep your hair black. So, so they could easily mistake him as your, because he's graying and ain't trying to color it and you're coloring your hair. So it's like, somewhere in the middle. Speaking of coloring, I need my hair colored. I'm like, I'm sick of this Morgan Freeman look. I need my hair, restored to its original color. I'm not, man, I'm sick of this. Everybody says, oh, you let your hair go gray, or your hair is turning gray. No, my hair has always been gray. I just kept it, I wonder if folks are zooming into to turn in their electric cars, to turn them in. I hope not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Electric cars. Now, if they're lucky, they are so lucky that they have electric cars right now, especially with, gas prices the way they are. That's a cool thing. An electric car, you just got to remember to plug your car in. How some of us are about our phone chargers. So it's like, damn, I forgot to charge my car last night. I'm like, really? You forgot to charge your car? Mm-mm. Ain't no jumping it. There is no jumping an electric car. You can forget about that. You can forget it. You got to charge your car up. And forget a road trip. Oh, hell no. You ain't going to make it. An electric car on a road trip? For instance, and I'm sure somebody will look this up, how many hours of battery time do you get on a car that's fully charged? How many miles to the charge do you get before you have to pull over at a filling station that charges cars? And then how long do you have to wait before that car is on a full charge? Ain't no jumping it. Ain't no, hey man, you got some jumper cables. Now you got an electric car, bro. That ain't gonna last. That'll get you to the gas station to go charge it. But, and I can't believe that, the cars are, the gas prices are so much, and they ain't making these big gas guzzlers anymore, especially not now. My car is a 4-cylinder car, 4 cylinders. My whole life I've had 8 and 6-cylinder cars. I got a 4-cylinder, and gas is $6 a gallon. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I swear I am. There's not enough chargers on the road. It's like it's not like finding a gas station. That's true. But it's like I think with some cars you can switch from electric to gas by, I guess, hitting the switch. So if your car gets, low on charge, I guess you can switch over to the gas, and keep your full tank of gas, right? That's crazy. For all you ladies who thought Michael Henderson was sexy back in the day with all that taco meat on his chest, you should see him now. Anyway, it's your Dr. Al Greer. Troy Anthony said, I bet Turbo is happy they transferred the electric boogaloo from the gas-powered boogaloo. With gas prices being the way they are at like $6 $6 a gallon, I should say. $6 a gallon. Good Lord. I'm like, okay, $6 a gallon. Now, when I was growing up, we had gas for, maybe $1, $2, whatever, even as low as 50 cents. Yeah. And I've never seen, I looked at the signs, I'm like, $6? What? Oh, no. I'm so glad I got rid of that truck. I don't know what to do. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Barry. I miss you, but I don't. Not at $6 a gallon and no AC, and gas fumes coming up in the cabin of of the truck. Nah. Foreplay is next on Bedtime Stories. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Turbo is happy when they transfer to the electric boogaloo to the gas powered boogaloo. You are funny, sir. You are funny. Coming up, my interview with tonight's foreplay artist. All right. For those of you who are on Facebook, you already know who it is, right? You already know. You know what it is. Anyway, thank you, Lawana. Thank you, Angie. Troy. Yeah, you too. Sandalia. I finally said her name. Turns are on when I say her name. That's why I always say Miss Hill. I don't want her to have to change her sheets, if you know what I mean. Oh, Dr. Greer. Ugh. Oops, I did it again. I did it again. Love by you. TC, have a good night, sis. Blessings. Are you leaving, Lady G, before my interview? Are you leaving before my interview? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm so proud. Loved by you. I sure love their version of I'm So Proud. That's the main ingredient right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Coming up, foreplay from one of your favorite artists of all time. And I say that because a lot of people love them. And you'll find out in a few minutes right here on Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis, and of course, WRLN, the best music of your life. Bedtime Stories is sponsored by
UIC Law. I've been an attorney for over a decade, practicing and litigating family and criminal law cases. In addition to my practice of law, I'm active in my community. Among that community service is my appointments to the Board for Healthcare and Family Services Advisory Committee and my appointments to the University
Tits McGee.
Extension Council chairman of the board positions. I'm a lifetime Southside resident.
Yes,
and a single
the
mom.
legendary
My
Tits
experience,
McGee.
education, and commitment to the community make me a great Democratic candidate for Cook County Judge. On June 28th, please show your support and vote Maria Barlow for judge. That's a vote for fairness, experience, and independence. Vote Maria Barlow, Democrat, for Cook County Judge.
For more information about Maria Barlow, go to www.mariabarlowforjudge.com. Paid for by Friends of Maria Barlow. Punch 191.
It is time. Tits McGee, yeah. Anyway, Troy Anthony, you have too much time on your hands, sir. Too much time on your hands. This interview or conversation that you're about to hear was recorded earlier at the other radio station. If you miss it tonight, you can catch it later on after this broadcast on WVON 1690 AM and the iHeartRadio app. But I had a chance to talk to our foreplay artist, very legendary young lady. They started their group or started their career as a group called the Hutchinson Sunbeams. Sheila, Wanda, and Jeanette, and then later on Pam, and also Teresa Davis, who sang with them at one time when they were at Stax Records. I got a chance to speak with the one and only Wanda Hutchinson, and this is how it went.
Speaking with Al Greer right now, Wanda.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't know if I had dialed it right, so.
Yes, you did, and you're right on time.
Oh, wonderful. I just got out of the hair shop.
That is wonderful.
Good.
You have good timing.
Oh, great. Thank you.
How are you this afternoon?
Oh, wonderful. It's a hot day today.
Yes, it is. It's hot here in Chicago as well.
Oh, yeah, my girlfriend was telling me. I think you only got to 90s the other day or something. I was like, what?
And then last night we had thunderstorms.
Oh, my gosh. She said it was going to rain, too. Oh, my gosh.
And it rained. Yes, it was awful.
Oh, baby. And we need rain. We can't get enough rain, and you guys get a lot of rain.
This is true. Speaking of which, of course, you and your sisters grew up here in Chicago, right?
Yes.
What was the decision to move from Chicago to LA?
Actually, I mean, this is really amazing because Maurice had talked to us. We were in the studio one night, and we were in Chicago.
She assumes I know who Maurice White is.
Because we did it right there on
I do, though.
Down at the, what was the other place where the group that Chuck Jackson was in, and Natalie Cole, she married the guy Marvin Yancey. Independence, that's where they recorded. And they were saying, now, Juan, as much as you're writing, because Reese had moved out there, and he said what made him move out there because he was writing for people in the business. And he said, you got to go where the business is, either New York or it's going to be LA. And I said, I can't stand New York, so it has to be LA. And he said, yeah, you might as well go out there. That's where I am. But anyway.
No, it's not the woman. No, that's not her.
And I started writing with other folks, And and then Reese, a lot of them in the commercials, he said, Chicago was the biggest commercial area, so I'm told. But then it became, of course, LA or New York. And I ended up doing a lot of commercials that he got me into when I was there, just rehearsing the people to sing the commercial, like Red Lobster and all of those. Anyway, it was a good time. He said, but you got to go where the music business is. And I said, okay. And that was my reason for moving.
What about your sisters?
And then my sisters, they followed me. They just did a follow me thing. The very next one was Jeanette. Came out, and Sheila was the last because she didn't want to leave Mama. She was trying to make Mom move out, but Mommy didn't want to.
She didn't want to leave Chicago.
Didn't want to leave Chicago. I don't blame her. But I always come back there in the winter because I love the snow.
You love the snow? Really?
I do. Yes, I always did. But I went toboggan and all. And you remember on 95th, they used to have those toboggan rides. The kids would go there when it first started snowing.
Yeah.
I used to always go there. And my girlfriend, who always stayed with us, she lives in Munster now, but anyway, we would all go there, the Parkerites, and they would have races and stuff. Every time I look at that Chevy Chase movie when they would go down that thing, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I
Christmas
remember.
Vacation.
Yeah.
And they were at 95th
Wow.
in that movie. I don't know if you did that.
I didn't know at the time. No.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch that movie again.
Yeah. And but anyway, I'll talk forever. So you keep me, you bring me back.
Okay. Well, you are still considered one of Chicago's first families here, and it is just a pleasure and an honor to speak with you. You, of course, the staple singers and so on and so forth. You are still Chicago's first families here, as far as I'm concerned, of music.
Oh, thank you, baby. That's so wonderful. I'm so excited for coming. See, I'm going to stay a while because I'm going to stay with Sheila. And we're going to do some things while I'm there. About 10 days, I guess.
No, it's Wanda Hutchinson.
Well, she may sing. No, she's not right now.
Okay.
But when I come there, we're going to be doing some things. And we're going to talk to her doctor and stuff. We got to get her moving again.
Okay.
Her leg moving. I had knee surgery in December, and I'm, good to go now. We've done New York, and we've done, but it really takes a year, they say, to heal all the way. But I feel like I'm right back, and but sometimes it takes a little longer. Jeanette had hip surgery, and so I'm trying to find out what it is. They're saying her femur, but we'll see. I'm going to the doctor with her because I've been trying to get her since I got mine. I said, well, I'm coming there with you. Sheila, and you have nothing to be afraid of, because I was afraid for the longest. They kept telling me I should have got it done 5 years ago. And I know I should have, because I've been in pain for that long. But I'm not in pain anymore.
Okay. Well, that's a wonderful thing. Because, you guys move on stage, like none other.
Yes.
So that's, okay. That's Jeanette. Jeanette, of course, is the oldest.
And so my daughters, they came in afterwards. Matter of fact, Sheila, YN, the one that sings Neighbors, she just handpicked her.
Really?
I mean, I worked with her for a long time, with Neighbors. But they always would mimic us singing, coming up. And because they were in all the commercials, and they were, so they knew how to sing. And YN is like Jamie Foxx. He could sound like anybody. He could sound,
Wow.
You could sound like any starter said, my daughter, well, you're here. She's singing Neighbors. And but Sheila, and she has a little group that she does. That they're school teachers. Well, she's a teacher at Long Beach. But no, she's at Pasadena now, Pasadena College. And then my other daughter is a teacher at Cal State, LA. Okay. And now she's over to something. All the people who's trying to come here and that didn't get to come during the pandemic, and they already paid their tuition or something. Anyway, she's over that department now.
That's wonderful.
So, but anyway, those daughters, Wendy and Ryan, they were with us for about, still now with us. And I don't know if you know Shanice. You remember, I like your smile.
I remember Shanice Wilson. Yeah, she's married to Flex. Yeah.
That's right. And her mom, who had sang with me on commercials since I had moved out in LA. Well, Maurice would always get her, Josie James, and me to do, we did Jennifer Holiday. That was the first record we did with Reese. And he told me right then and there, he said, if you ever would, I have never heard anybody with the kind of blend like you and Sheila have as this girl, Crystal. And now Crystal is in our group.
Wow.
Because she's, Wendy was there, but my daughter had to, because they're giving her tenure now, and she can't leave and go like she was before on the road with us, because she's, at Cal State, because she has to stay there. And, but now Crystal's in the group. So I said, no, that's right. That's not you. That's the promoter, Al Kennedy.
That's Al Kennedy.
I sent him the new pictures. Yeah. Okay. I'll send them to, now, I have your cell number if you want me to send you one.
Absolutely. Yes. Please do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I will.
I really appreciate it.
I know they got them for the horseshoe, but I'll send it to you so you can see. And so everybody goes, on Unsung, they play Unsung is the most, ours is the most requested.
Yes.
They say at TV1.
Yes.
And
I didn't have to ask any questions.
Shanice and her mom are on there talking, throughout the whole thing, because when Shanice came out there, I picked them up at the bus station. downtown. And she stayed with me. But anyway, there's a whole big story with that. We won't go into it. But I never knew that Krista would actually be in the group. Well, we couldn't have known that,
Right.
And but anyway, because she'll say, "Well, Hutch, I might come up there and sing flowers with you." I said, "I don't mind." She calls me Hutch.
Yeah.
But I said, "Well, we've done that before. You can come out and sing here." I said, "We're gonna, even if we have to, She said, "But I ain't coming out in that wheelchair." Well, you ain't got to come out in the wheelchair. You just walk a little slower, and we don't sing the whole thing, but we'll just do a little bit just so you can say hello.
Okay.
And but anyway, I digress. You better ask me questions because I only had coffee today.
No, that's okay. I don't like doing interviews. I like doing conversations with people. And, once again, it is a pleasure to talk with you. Now, on, let's see, this weekend, you're going to be at the Horseshoe Casino.
Yes, sir.
And that show starts at what time?
The show starts.
She don't even know.
At 9:25, but the show starts. I would say at 8:00. But I should have looked at. It's on my email.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on there. They say it's 5 groups, I think.
Okay.
On there, and but I loved her. The last time we were there, it was at Herb Kent's 85th birthday, and we sung for him, and it was just a wonderful situation. And the girl who's over at Chicago State, the president.
Can we go?
A school friend of mine, and she was like,
I got to work Saturday. I can't go nowhere.
And she wanted to have my daughter come there and teach because she teaches college math. That's what she teaches. That geometry.
We can't go nowhere.
My daughter, who's in the group, matter of fact, YN.
Your brother got to work.
Sing Sheila's song.
Sheila's part.
Yeah. And so I'll send you the picture so you'll see that.
Thank you.
But anyway, that was the last time we were there, and boy, we had such a ball with Herb was the first guy that I played tennis with that we did mixed doubles with.
Really?
When I started singing.
Herb played tennis? Well, Herb was my mentor.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
People say I sound like Herb Kent all the time. I really don't hear it.
Oh, my God. Don't make me cry now.
It must be something about my voice that they say I sound like Herb Kent. But I don't hear it.
Wow. I was there when Dick Clark gave him that award.
Yes. You'll buy me dinner? Okay.
DJ that ever
we'll talk.
In this century. That's how he put it. And he had it just right. And Guy Black, the guy out here on TV stations, KJLA, he said that's his mentor.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of stuff with the community. Us and KJLA, Guy. I don't know if you knew him, but
Guy and I graduated from the same college, Kennedy King.
Oh, get out of here.
So keep going. Keep going.
Oh my God, he is such a sweetheart.
Yes,
he is really for the community. I'm telling you. And me, the girl Taste of Honey, whose father, we met at the gas station. If he tell us to meet us there, we're raising money because Mama Lucy, what's her name, mother? She's the church that when it has to do with kids or anybody in the community, that has been done wrong. And we come out there and we have them singing Dust of My Love and Get Down, Boogie, Oogie, she has her, with her, and Shanice. Anyway, I did that in Chicago, so I still doing the same thing out here. But isn't that amazing? I could have sworn they went to Parker. But they're my girls,
Yeah.
Anyway, we just hang together.
Well, Wanda, I'm not going to keep you any longer, but thank you for calling in. And I'm going to try to make it on Saturday because, I have other commitments, but I'm going to try to make it so I can see you. I haven't seen you all since the dedication to Don Cornelius here in Chicago at Millennium Park.
Right, out at the Millennium, yes.
Which I was there Saturday for the Blues Fest.
Of it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, my gosh. I remember his son and his daughter, and we used to get together. And she was, smooth car plate. I forgot. But she came out here and was working I think it was a Cadillac thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, and but I love her. Anyway, we became friends. So Okay, I won't keep you, but that's your cell number, right?
Yes.
That's on my. Okay.
Yes.
I'll send that to there, and then you'll see my number.
All right.
So if you ever want to call me and talk about her, I am for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate
All
it.
righty.
And I love you. I love Jeanette.
Oh,
I love Sheila. And I was crazy about Pam.
Oh, I know, my Pam.
I was so crazy
yeah, her
about
daughter's
her.
birthday was yesterday. I was with her, and yes, I know. I miss her. Boy, oh boy.
But anyway, before we both start crying, thank you so much, Wanda Hutchinson Vaughn.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much, Al. Oh, you're a great guy. So what time do you come on? I'm on two different stations. I'm on one station I come on at midnight, and the other station I come on at 9 p.m. So this will run on both of my stations. Oh wow! And it's still downtown that where the studio is, right?
VON is in we're in the River. What is it? River City.
The water building. I mean, right next to that river. Yeah, Chicago River.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, because I would always be up there with Herb and my niece. Graduated from what's the spell of the L? But anyway, she was a DJ. I know at the college downtown.
Oh, okay. Luke College.
Luke, yes. And so she was she was a DJ at her college, and he had her come to his class over at Chicago State.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he's just a wonderful guy. But we would come up there, and he would have her be on the radio and showing her the buttons. He was just a great guy. I really loved him. My family, my son met him, and he was just outraged. He said, "Wow, he I know he's an older guy, but he has such a young demeanor." I said, "No, Anyway.
Yeah,
so
I get it from
you do. Oh, okay. That's okay. I know we'll meet soon, and then I'll make you my famous turkey.
Thank you, Wanda. What'd you say? Hang up, Wanda. Oh, Wanda could go, boy. I tell you. Mm-mm. Wanda was on a roll, Troy. She said, hang up, Wanda. Hang up. Oh, no. Who else is on that show? I think the Emotions, Blue Magic, Stylistics, the 70s Soul Jab, Father's Day weekend at Horseshoe Casino. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Troy didn't think so. He thought Wanda was just talking a little bit too long, but thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. Oh. All right, now I can go to the bathroom. Don't ask. Ken Watlington. Very sweet lady. Yes. Yeah, she kept calling me baby. I'm like, oh, stop. You're going to make me fall in love with you, Wanda. And you a married woman. An older married woman. You're going to make me, ooh. Mm-hmm. Very sweet lady. You'd have thought we knew each other by the conversation, right? I didn't get a chance to ask her until towards the end that, about the 70 Soul Jam. Yeah. I was like, wow. And then, I got so caught up in talking to her, I forgot I was doing an interview. But, that's the way I like them. Yep, I hate doing interviews, Yep, I like, having conversations with the artists. Like, for instance, Selena Johnson, Samada Ackland, just having a conversation, just shooting the breeze, Last time I talked to, I can't believe it. It's that lady who lost her arm from the tiger attack in the Tiger King. What? Anyway. Yeah, that was a conversation, Angie. That wasn't an interview. It wasn't like, hi, and so when did you guys get started in the business? It wasn't that kind of, interview. That was definitely a conversation between two people. Now, I met her once, and that was a long time ago at the dedication for Don Cornelius for Soul Train. But that was years ago at Millennium Park. And it's ironic that we come back to Millennium Park and then they're here in town. And Herb's not here. Anyway. Yeah. But Wanda Hutchinson Vaughn, she's married to one of the songwriters of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah. So. But that was a great interview that, that started out as an interview and turned into a conversation. I just, pressed play, did no editing on it. That was about it. So that was the whole conversation. When is this going to be on? Like, I said, you're going to be on at midnight on one station and 9 o'clock Central Standard Time on another station. So, yeah. But she's so nice. I can't wait to see her. Turkey tacos. That's what I'm talking about. Turkey tacos. Now, those that know me, I love tacos. I remember when I first got married, my then wife made fish tacos. I don't know what fish she used, but it was like, it was really good. Fish tacos. Yep. So when Wanda said turkey tacos, I was like, "Ooh, you just don't know. You just don't know, girl. Mm-mm." And I don't date older women, but I'll make an exception for Mrs. Vaughn. I forgot to ask her, was her husband still with us? As a matter of fact, he co-wrote Boogie Wonderland along with Al McKay and Maurice White. Boogie Wonderland, hi, dance. So I forgot to ask her, what is a Boogie Wonderland? Yeah. But she is just so cool. She's, continuing to, carry the banner for, for the emotions. Yep. She continues to wave the banner for the group. So even though, Jeanette and Sheila, you know, Sheila's younger, Jeanette is older, but yeah. You should have asked her if Smokey seconded her. I second that emotion. I get it. Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Mm-mm-mm. I second that emotion. Thank you very much. Troy Anthony. You'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of which, I got another show to do tomorrow, don't I? Yeah, I sure do. I have another show. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so that'll be it for the week. After that, it's a rerun on Thursday. So you all are going to have to wait till next week to see what Al Greer did for the weekend. What did I do for the weekend? Oh, yeah, I was at Millennium Park. I'm sure you guys heard about that. People are still talking about that. I'm like, and I neglected to talk about my own station. All I did was say WVON. I'm like, oh well. I should have told them to Google me or something. For more information, Google me, Al Greer, Greer. Wonder if my name was on a program or something. That would have been nice to find out if I was on a program. That would have been so cool. But had a ball Saturday. I haven't had that much fun in a long time and get paid for it. Yeah, buddy. And get paid for it? Oh, yeah. Yep. That's the most fun I've had with my clothes on. Yep, in a long time. Ooh, look at me. Get that cream to tighten up the bags under my eyes. So I can go back to looking like I was 50 again. Mm-mm. You're the key to my heart, to my heart. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah. Come on back. I'm not ready to let you go. Mm-mm. Don't turn your back. So I can love you a little bit more. So I can love you. It is still 90 degrees outside. I don't believe it. Wrapping up foreplay with the emotions. And so I can love you right here on Bedtime Stories. With the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, thank you to Wanda Hutchinson of the legendary The Emotions. Thank you so much for that conversation we had earlier this afternoon that I've recorded for prosperity. And that's it. I tell you, she is just truly a treasure. She is truly a beautiful woman. And, she didn't have to call me. She said she had just left the hair salon, so she didn't, have to call me, but she did, and I'm glad we had that conversation together. Wanda Hutchinson Vaughn of The Emotions. Anyway, Ken said manufactured weather. He's talking about this 90-degree weather we have. This morning, it was like already in the upper 70s before I left the house. I was like, oh, well, looks like I'm going to have to run the air today. No matter how much gas is, I'm going to run my AC because I got it, because I can do it. Because I remember, and Ken remembers, Barry was just falling apart. Gas fumes were in the car. The tires were going flat every other week. One of the tires came off the damn truck. Anyway, but I have to say this. I'm so happy to have my car. I really am. Very rest in peace, but I haven't given my car a name yet. Ken, the car is black. So, everybody says Black Beauty. I don't know. Maybe the Dark Knight. I don't know. Here's Nancy Wilson, the baby. And you're as right as rain right here on Bedtime Stories. Mm-hmm. Right, the tire came off and passed me. Yeah, I was like, wait, what the world? What you say, Sheba? Name the car Sheba? Not Sheba. Yep. The tire said, I'm tired of this. I'm done. The tire said, I'm sick of you. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Mm-mm. And it came off in front of the Zanzibar Motel, a place that my sister is very familiar with. But anyway, did I say that? You know, and why do guys name their cars? What's that all about? Yeah, Betsy. Come on, Bessie. Come on. Start up, Bessie. You know, and then they give it an ugly name, Bessie. You know, come on, Bessie. Start for me, Bessie. I know it's cold outside. Come on, Bessie. Is it true that you're getting a dog and naming him Stains? Oh, once again, Troy, you have too much time on your hands, sir. Stains. Because I heard you practice yelling, come Stains, come Stains. Troy? Which leads us back to last night's conversation about the mattress, right? Yeah. Yeah, it leads us back to, the don't wave the wand over the mattress. Yeah, okay. Mm-mm. Ha, 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 ha. I tell you, Troy, you know, someone asked me earlier, were you a comedian? That was Miss Hill. She said, is he a comedian? I'm like, he wants to be one. He wants to be a comedian. Funny, ha, 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 ha. Mm-mm. Where is Henry Ford when we need him? We need to crank our cars up, boy. Mm-mm. Woo. I tell you, I don't miss that truck. Yes, I do. I miss my truck. Just don't miss putting gas in it. Wish I could have kept both. You know? Yep. I wish I could have kept both the truck and the car, but one of them had to go. So they used the truck as a down payment. Don't ask me. I don't know. Like, what y'all gonna do with this truck? You know, bring it back to life. Mm-mm. Yep, pump life back into it. I got to fix the gas tank. And I remember I went to CarMax. CarMax gave me an estimate on how much money they were going to give me the truck. Well, give me for the truck, I should say. Excuse me. The guy who was there at CarMax, he showed me, he's like, Brother Greer, I'm embarrassed to even show you this. They offered me $150 for my truck. It was at that point I was like, you mean this truck ain't worth nothing? $150. They said, well, so much wrong with it. The nose of the truck was being held together by bungee cords and everything else. The hood kept flying up. The hood had been fixed only to fly up again and almost hit the windshield. So I was like, something's got to give. And it did. It gave. I'm like, something has got to give here. And that's what happened. I finally, finally got this car. I couldn't be happier. Which proves that she could sing anything. Nancy Wilson. And Don't Ask My Neighbors. That's her version of it, originally done by The Emotions, whom we talked to Wanda Hutchinson tonight here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I'm not even going to repeat what Troy Anthony just put up there about me getting a dog and naming him Stains. Anyway, where do you come up with this stuff? You must just sit at home and write stuff or sit at work and daydream about being a comedian. I tell you, he's a funny guy. I tell you. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Anyway, so am I what? Angie. What's she saying? I don't know. Angie, I tell you. She said she was out with my nephew, Richie. And they swore up and down that Richie was her boy toy, that she was a cougar. I'm like, yeah, okay. Sure they did. Anyway, it's Anita Baker, who got some of her chops from Nancy Wilson. This is Good Love on Bedtime Stories. Ho, ho. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Can take right away. The test of time. Forever on my line. Good love. Good God. Good love. Stand the test of time. I want to know. Sometime. Future. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. One, two, three. Two, four. Y'all still hanging with me? Thank you. Hey, everybody. Let's see who else is on here. Pastor Melvin Jones, Chris Bass. If I ever lose this heaven, I would never be the same. It's your Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. I got one more song to play, and I'm going to make it a good one because Pastor Melvin Jones is listening right now. Here we go. Here's Marvin Gaye, just to keep you satisfied on Bedtime Stories. TC. TC, thank you. Good night, Ken Wadlington. Thank you so much for staying up with me as always. I appreciate it. Good night, TC. In case you get busy, okay. Well, if you're not too busy, give me a call. I'll be up for a while. Oh, baby. Yeah, just trying to be happy. Now that's going to do it for me, Al Greer. Thank you so much for staying up with me. TC, Ken Wallington, Troy Anthony. As always, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Melvin Jones, Pastor Melvin Jones down in Memphis. My Memphis family, hello. Chris Bass, Cleo Satin Soul Mosley, Lady G, Javier Del Rio, Kevin Brooks, Mike F. Cohen. Who else was on my line tonight? Miss Johnson, as always. I appreciate you. My niece, Shoo Shoo, Cece, Angela Jones, and Miss Hill. Thank you all. Earlier, we had Cynthia Bean and Professor Reggie Miles. I went ahead and ordered that mic, man. I got to have it. Got to have that mic. Anyway, till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Troy. Good night, Elo, too. She's still at work as well. Her and TC. When y'all call me, keep me up, all right? Thank you guys once again. Appreciate you all so much. Pastor Melvin Jones, congratulations. Your cousin will be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame, Bobby O.J. And I just hope I can be there when it happens. I just want to be a fly on the wall, But thanks once again, guys. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you to Wanda Hutchinson of the world famous Emotions. Peace out, y'all. Good night, Preston. Better late than never, right, Preston?